I am now live. I don't know where the live stream is actually going to start because fuck if I know. What I do know is that I think we're going to have to go to the first dojo. Also, I think I went live at exactly the right time. I think that might have been as close to the whole hour as I've ever been. So let's load up OBS here, and we are indeed not on private. I also don't know where did my quest menu go? Did we have an update? Notifications? No. I want to talk to you. What button do I press? F. Okay. Of course you press F to... You press F to do anything. You press F to pay respect. You press F to talk. Hey, let's play TEMTEM. Where are your TEMTEM? You're too young for battles. Where are your TEMTEM? That says you're too young to TEMTEM. Okay, I'll play with you. I guess. What a great TEMTEM you are. You're so fast. Oh, there's my quest. There it is. Yeah, you might be able to hear that my voice is a little bit not 100%. I didn't notice until I started talking. I did record one Pokemon 30 Years episode today. It wasn't that bad during that. I do feel my voice is not quite up to par here right now. My quest is... They're gone again. What the fuck? Wait, it only shows the TEMTEM main screen? What the... How? Let me try and fix that. I just don't know how. How does that even happen? I mean, it makes sense, but how does that even happen? I mean, it makes sense from a... Can I just like, no? Reselect you and still only shows the main screen. What the actual fuck? Capture any full screen application? Is that gonna do it? You're so fiery. There we fucking go. Okay, welcome to TEMTEM. I don't know what happened there. Gonna be honest with you. That seems like a issue to me. I don't know what all of these TEMTEM are, so I don't know. You're gonna give me something. You're gonna give me something. At some point. And now watch me transforming into... faster than boats. You have no idea what TEMTEM... No, I don't. That's entirely true. I don't know what half these things look like. Can I just like... You're not allowed to repeat TEMTEMs, that's cheating. Get your own TEMTEM. Okay, so I have a sword and we are fencing. Defend yourself. Sidebat. Sidebat is the duck dude, isn't he? I'll beat you with my katana. That seems fair. I mean, if you've got a sword and we are fencing, I think a katana would help me win, to be honest. That's the end of this quest. Beyond the gifted bridges, that's all I needed to know. Okay, so where are these goddamn bridges? That's the question. Hello Poke, how are you doing? This is not Pokemon, it's Temtem. So you should be a Temtemsaurus. That's a very bad joke on my part, I'm aware. I'm not a guide. I'm also not a tourist, so what's up? Can I help? I don't really want to help. I could try. Give the tourists a guided tour. Do I really want to do that though, is the question. Do I really want to do that? I guess. I don't understand. I don't know anything about this game and this world, so I don't know if I'm classified to do the tours here. That's not in your guidebook. Well, go fuck yourself then. This is the gifted bridge. Okay, so I am supposed to... I did do a little bit of fighting here in my Spotlight video, so there will be a couple of battles that we skip in the stream. If you want to see that retroactively, you can watch this Sunday's Spotlight video. I don't do a lot, but there's like a couple of battles in there which I won't be able to redo on stream, obviously. So I am hoping that that is not too big of an issue for you. Samsauer. Honestly, that does sound kind of cool. I don't think there is an evil team. Not yet, anyway. In Temtem. Obviously, that's not going to work. There might be. We might have just not run into them yet. But I don't think there is an evil team. Tam Rocket. Oh, that would be good. Tam Rocket. I'm also going to... I don't know if I'm going to stream for the full 2 hours today. Because I am very tired. And I do feel like a little bit less full of energy. So we might just like do the dojo and call it a day. Like an hour and a half. But maybe we'll have fun and I'm just not going to fight you. Just fuck off. Both attempts to run away fail. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Change of plans. We're going to murder you. But I did want to play some Temtem today and stream, and I doubt that I'm going to be able to like stream. Oh, you are asleep. Stream much tomorrow and definitely not on Sunday. So over the weekend there might not be a lot of streams, and then next week we need to do some Plants vs Zombies again. So I don't know what streaming schedule is going to be like for like the next couple of weeks, but I'm going to try and keep one Temtem stream as long as Temtem offers content and one Plants vs Zombie stream. But honestly, there might just be like 1 or 2 more of those, and then I think I might have beaten the entire game. So, how would you like to join Temrocket? We're an organization trying to take over the world by stealing and selling all Temtems. So how about it? Join us. I mean, I would still love a game where you play as a Team Rocket grunt. It's never going to happen, but it would be cool. I know that is the quote from Nugget Bridge. I'm very annoyed that you can't join Team Rocket. I know, obviously you can't, but it would have been kind of cool if you could. Even if just like, that would result in a different battle. Right? Even if you just like had to fight a different trainer there. Or like his dialogue changes when you say yes to, okay, prove to me how strong you are. And then when you beat him, he's like, I don't like you, you beat me, you can't join. Something like that. That would have been nice. Well, I know there's ROM hacks, and there's quite a few based on the idea of joining Team Rocket, because more people figured that it was annoying that you couldn't. But I don't know, just like an entire game dedicated to that is one thing, but I would have kind of liked to have that like in an official game, like have something there. And honestly, if that cutscene happened today in a modern Pokemon game, it might result in a different... it might result in a different battle. That being said, Pokemon is rather like old schoolish and traditional in how they do their games, so they wouldn't... Maybe they wouldn't do that. But don't just like get our hopes up and then destroy our hopes and dreams. We beat Giovanni and Sales Go, then we become the leader. Once you go to the 8th gym, we challenge the gym leader as the rocket leader. That would be nice. I like how in Gen 7 you are actually the champion. So if you redo the entire Elite Four, you don't re-challenge the champion, but people come to challenge you instead. I like that idea. I don't know how Pokemon Sword and Shield deal with that, because obviously at the end of Pokemon Sword and Shield, you are the champion, and there's no traditional Elite Four in Sword and Shield. So can you just not redo the Pokemon League there? Because that seems kind of sucky. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming that you have hopes and dreams to be crushed. Specifically, being a criminal. Who doesn't want to be a criminal? I gotta go. I see a FBI dude. Just kidding. FBI doesn't even, like, exist here. It's a stupid joke, right? Because I can't even, like, see any FBI around because the FBI is an American thing. And I don't know, actually. If you were a danger to American society, or whatever the FBI actually does, I have no idea what they actually do. But you didn't live in America, would they like just send FBI people to your country to come arrest you? Can they even do that? It's the same thing with like with COPPA, right? Because that is something enforced by a branch of the American government. But I'm not American. I might be on an American platform, but that's like pursuing the platform, right? And they specifically said they would be able to go after creators. But if you're not American, can they really do anything against you? Because I kind of feel like maybe not. I know there's like systems in place to have like to support other countries in like catching criminals and stuff, but just like not complying with COPPA, I kind of doubt that any government would like just sell your ass out on that. So it's a very interesting question to me, and I have not been able to find an answer by Googling or like asking people. So it's probably something that just like never actually like come through fruition there, and we might see that in the next coming couple of years. Something like that happening, where a international creator gets in a bit of trouble there. Then again, I very much doubt that COPPA is actually going to be an issue for individual creators, but that's an entirely different discussion. FBI for America, Interpol for the entire world. Is that like a different organization that works with the FBI? If you're under search by police on a certain country, they can send a warrant to the country that you are in. Sometimes the countries will agree and let them come to them. Other times the country would capture you and transfer you. Yeah, that much I do know, right? So if I did do something that specifically like pissed off the FBI, there are systems in place, and that is where this whole discussion started. There are systems in place to let the American system get to me, even though I'm not American. I did not see that coming, so I'm going to fucking die right now. But for smaller things that are not even like, so I don't care, that aren't even like considered crimes as much, how would it even work? I guess there need to be like new systems put in place for that. But yeah, no, if I like go to America and murder a dude, there are systems in place to like get me to America for punishment and stuff. I do know that. Because it frankly happens more than you think. Because obviously a lot of criminals do flee the countries they commit crimes in. So yeah, that does actually end up happening quite a lot. Interpol, International Police, I kind of figured that, is a bunch of organizations from every country working together to capture international criminals. That exactly that, yeah. But if something is not a criminal offense, that is the thing that I'm like interested about. Because you're not gonna get like put behind bars for mislabeling your YouTube video as not for children while it was for children. Then again, in America you just might. I don't know much about like the American systems. Though I'd say I probably know more about the American judicial system, and let's switch you out into Genki. And I guess we're just waiting around with you. Then I would know about my my own countries, because you hear a lot more about America because America is just very loud, okay? I'm still commenting back to my copper field comment. Yeah, I suppose so. Windburst, I don't fucking know. I don't know what half of these things are typed, so I just use a move that sounds cool. And that's kind of how you start playing Pokemon in general. So this game as well. Okay, so we're in a bit of trouble here. Potentially. Oh, we are in a bit of trouble. Can I use the TEM Essence file in battle? I cannot. Okay, that's good to know. We're losing. Did you know that in American news on Sunday they have a special about the Queen and her family? Wait. In American news, as in the country that is no longer part of the Commonwealth and as such owned by the Queen of England, that country, the one that like fought for independence, which is now like freedom is our main thing because we're America, has a thing in the news every Sunday about the Queen. I'm assuming you're talking about the Queen of England, because if you just say the Queen, I think that kind of like internationally implies that you're talking about England. That's weird. I mean, Canada I get, because Canada is still technically part of the Commonwealth. Sunday on CNN, I don't even know what that word is, at 6 p.m. So, like, what are we talking about here? Is it like a drama? Or is it like actual news about the Queen? What is this? And who the fuck is paying for it? Because they're out of their goddamn mind. Why would you ever put that on television in America? I mean, clearly it's doing well enough so that it still exists. So, joke's on me, I guess. I gotta go. I have places to be. Can I just like skip this battle? She's not interested in you. Okay, so you cannot skip the battle. I don't know what that weird ass word means, but it's like a bibliographical words about them. It's talking about the queen and all her lids. Lids? She's almost 100. I think I saw she was 96. She is very, very old. Let me Google this. How old is the Queen of England? 93. She's 93, is what Google says. So there you go. I suppose that's an interesting fact for you. And she's been like queen for fucking 50 years or some bullshit like that, if not longer. I think she's literally the longest sitting monarch in the world at the moment, potentially in history at this point. I think. Because she's been the queen longer than many of her predecessors have been alive. That's not entirely true, because the royal line of England is somehow very durable and they all get very, very old. I was watching a video about that very topic the other day. It's very interesting. Oh, kids. Yeah. Didn't like her son already say like, I don't need to be king. It's like, at this point I'm like 60 something. If my mother like ever decides to like give her throne to the next generation, or she like passes away sadly, which sooner or later is going to happen obviously, he's already said I don't need the throne. I don't need to be king. I'm way too old for that shit. And it's gonna skip a generation, which also might be the first time that's ever happened. I heard something about that like a while ago. That might have been like just fake news though. I have no idea. Specifically because I don't give a shit. I have no idea. All the Temtem I've seen so far, I don't think there's a crocodile, so we don't have a Totodile analog yet. Holy fuck! But honestly, I've seen the Temtem wiki. I think there's about like 150-ish Temtem, like Pokemon Generation 1. I haven't looked at them all. I must admit, I have not looked at them all. So I have no idea what Temtem there are. Let's go Hoochik and Genki there. Well, honestly, I think his name's like Prince Harry, right? He's the opposite of Simba. Simba can't wait to be king. And the prince, I'm gonna say Prince Harry, that might be wrong. It's like, I waited too long to be king. I don't even fucking care anymore, dude. Hello, Travel, have a nice day. You too. You seem like, what are you doing here? Picking lavender for my essential oils and bath salts. I'm gonna break something to you. Lavender is not an ingredient in bath salts. Unless you like have one of those bath bombs, which I guess that counts as bath salts, maybe? Isn't bath salt the thing you like break under somebody's nose when they are like knocked out to wake them back up? Because like the brain's like, hey, this doesn't smell good, let's wake the fuck up. I think I also read that about Prince Harry and his wife going to drop the Prince title. Well, there'll still be Prince. he'll still be a prince, right? If he doesn't take the throne, because every member of the royal family that's not the king or the queen is a prince or a princess, like by definition. Like we had a queen for like 35 years. Then she was like, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of done being the queen. My son can take over. He can be king now. And that was like fucking 5 years ago, I think. At this point, maybe longer. And now she's just a princess. And all of her like siblings, which never even like were queen or were never gonna be queen, also princesses. And like the brothers and sisters of the current king, princes and princesses. That might be just like something specifically about the Dutch monarchy, but I think that's just like how titles and monarchies work in general. Well, there is a move, smelling salts, so that helps with your calls. Does it? Sounds like it helps with her calls. I don't care about like salt. That's not true. I like salt. How do you think... Isn't it weird how he puts salt on food, right? Because salt is not edible. It's literally rocks. It's minerals. It's literally ground up rocks we put on food because we like the taste of that specific type of rock. It's really... I want that thing on the right! I don't know if I do, but it looks really nice. I also... Oh, you're the other starter. You're definitely going to not enjoy a DCB. In like 1 hour I'm heading out, so I'll post a link to CNN in Discord. Smelling salts, fighting type move, hits the opponent Pokemon, causes enemy to wake up. Huh. That makes sense. that makes a lot of sense actually. That didn't do a lot of damage, holy hell. But still I'm going to want to use the C-beam on you, so... it only does half damage. It really should show you that after you've experienced it once, even if you haven't caught the Temtem you're trying to use it against. But I do understand that might like lead to some issues, and that might be implemented later. Because obviously this is still a beta game, right? We should be able to take you out at this point. That did more damage than the hits before. This is Gen 1, we aren't in Gen 7. It's kind of like Gen 6.5 at the moment, I'd say. Which isn't bad for an indie title. It's far from bad, as a matter of fact. 10S's Vial, let's use it. There's a lot of Pokemon, Temtem that are dead by now, so let's go to squad and let's put... Ah man, I don't know. Let's see, you're a nature type, you're an electric wind type. You have something that synergizes with a nature type, right? Energy manipulation is simple yet that when you have a nature ally it becomes more powerful. So I definitely want to have Hoochik there. Okay. Oh yeah, it's Gen 1 because it's 150 of them. That is true. I don't know if they've plans to like add more with patches. I'm going to assume that they do. But then again, I don't... I'll teach you a lesson. I don't necessarily know how far they are into, like, the game. Like, is the game just going to stop at a certain point and is it going to be more content added? Or is this, like, just the rough skeleton of the game which just needs to, like, have, like, meat put onto it? Because I've seen some work in progress areas. So obviously that is going to be worked on. But is there going to be, like, new areas that haven't been like implemented at all yet. Because I kind of hope so. I don't know how many areas there are. Maybe this game is like the size of fucking like Skyrim already. Which isn't much of a milestone anymore in 2020. But for a game like this, I'd say Skyrim is pretty big. Inside a royal dynasty, the commercial just finished. Oh. Did you see a commercial for... Did you look it up? You shouldn't see any ads on my videos. More specifically, I very much doubt that you'd see an ad for that video just as we were talking about it. But more so, you shouldn't see any ads on my videos. If you do, I'm going to be annoyed because I'm not getting paid from those. So I'm going to assume that you just like looked it up. Let me check. I have not dropped any frames. So if you are buffering, that is either your internet or YouTube being a bitch. But I am sending literally every frame to YouTube servers, and from there, if they're not getting to you, there's not much I can do about that, to be honest. I'm sorry. But YouTube probably doesn't like allocate a lot of server room to a stream like this with only 2 viewers. And you are on the other side of the planet. So it might be a YouTube trying to save on resources kind of thing. Oh, your TV is on and you're on... Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense actually, yeah. Let's windburst you. And let's switch you out actually. Okay, so we're going to windburst you. We're going to switch you out for Genki. That does a lot of damage. That's good. Wait, I just realized Smelling Salts is a fighting type move? Why the fuck is it a fighting type move? Smelling Salts definitely should be a normal type move, as much as I think normal types shouldn't be a thing. That is a reason for normal type to be a thing, because that should not be a fighting type move. Why the fuck is that a fighting type move? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't understand why that's a fighting type move. I really... You are a player, not a trainer. Or a tamer. They're tamers, not trainers in this game. 2 times I got delayed and I had to go back to being live. So I just got skipped your description of YouTube being messed up. Because fighters use smelling salts? I guess? Sort of? Not really. It's a little bit weird. Tremors? Words don't really mix that well. You're level 20. You are level 20! That's a 2 and a 0! Also, I did see that that my boy Green Pikachu does have an evolution, I think. Isn't lagging again, so we're good for now. That's good, because I think there's only one other person watching, so be a bit sad. That's 4 times effective, that's so good. It'd be a bit sad if... I didn't want to use Nimble, damn it. If like literally half the people watching this couldn't actually watch. I mean, fighter usually hits the cheeks to... Yeah, but that like... doesn't actually do much most of the time is the thing. Also, apparently it's a myth, and actually like a not good myth, that when somebody is like not doing well or bleeding out or something, in movies and stuff, you always see people saying, don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep, stay with me, which is very dramatic. It's actually beneficial, apparently, for people to go to sleep or get knocked out when they are bleeding out, because it slows down your heart rate, which means that you bleed out slower. Which makes a lot of sense to me, because what would be so bad about going, like, losing consciousness while you're bleeding out? Maybe when you have, like, some kind of, like, hit in the head. You're definitely the evolved version of the thing we just killed. Right? I can see that potentially being dangerous, but still then, just like, I don't think being, like, not awake is going to kill you any faster or slower. Well, maybe slower, but not any faster. I don't see how it's going to make you die faster in most situations. There might be, like, situations out there, specific kind of injuries, where it's a good idea to stay awake. And obviously it's a good idea to stay awake as to be able to communicate what you're feeling and what's wrong with you with people around you, and, like, people trying to help you. But from a purely physical perspective, if there's people around you that know what the fuck is going on with you and can explain that to a doctor or something, I don't think it's a bad thing to let somebody get some fucking sleep while they're dying. I think so. If you are ever in a situation where this becomes relevant, don't blame me if I gave you incorrect information, because I'm just repeating things I read on the internet, okay? Things that make sense to me, but I am by no means an expert. Okay. Mers like mermaids? Trailer trainers I can understand. Mers like mermaids is a little far-fetched. A little, not a lot, but a little. So, I was going to say, it's a nice view, you're just standing around. No, you were battling that dude. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, you have two of those bitches. That's going to be interesting. You are a... You know what, I can just see how damaging that is to you. You know what, I'm going to use tenderness on you, and then, like, a heavy blow on you. I still don't understand how the priority system, combined with the speed stat, works in this game. It's a bit confusing. Swally. I mean, if I go into Genki will probably die, is the thing. But Genki is so good against these fucking birds. Genki is probably one of my favorite Pokemon, TEMTEM, on the team right now. I really like Genki. Oh, Genki actually resists your attacks. Okay, that is very good to know. So, this dude is dead. This dude's getting switched the fuck out into another one of those dudes. Just a lot of dudes. Who's using Set of Flare against Stone? Yeah, well, Donald did, obviously, and fucking died. I thought that was my bird dying there for a moment. I was very confused because I could see the HP down here. You also look very nice. There's a lot of very nice looking Temtem. Temtem, interstellar defense down. We're going to put you to sleep, actually. Because I don't want to get damaged anymore. I think sleep might actually like be a... Okay, that's a dead Genki. Which means that it doesn't get experience from this turn. Damn it. Genki, I don't know when it evolves, but it's going to evolve and it's going to be beautiful. I don't actually like know that it evolves. I just like, it's gonna evolve, right? It has to. It has to evolve. If it doesn't evolve, count me very confused. And annoyed. And just like generally pissed off. So if you hit a Pokemon that's a Temtem, that's asleep, it does wake up. As I expected. I mean, the thing is, I can't do a grinding montage in a live show. And I can't cheat in rare candies, or whatever the equivalent in Temtem is, if there even is one. Because, it's not an emulator. I can't use the speed button, because it's not an emulator. This game sucks. This game officially sucks. This seems like the end of this area, so we're going to use the Tem file. Look, the thing is, I want Swally to evolve to see what it evolves into, right? I want Hoochik to evolve because it's my starter and that just needs to evolve. I want Genki to evolve because Genki is the love of my life. And I want Tadaro to evolve because I think it does evolve, but it could also not evolve. But I can only use two Temtem at a time. So I think I'm going to keep Hoochik and Swally because Hoochik's attack gets powered up by Swally. This is a very nice area. You also have a Hoochik! Can we be friends? I want to be friends! I'm not going to be friends with you. I'm already in a battle. Okay. Okay, you only have one Temtem. That usually is not a good sign for me. It's level 18. That's not that bad. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call that good for me, but could be much worse. Okay, that only does half damage. And it's probably going to do double damage. Oh my! That also only does half damage. So we're switching out both of you into, I guess, Genki and Tadaro? I have no idea what I'm doing. I know I have a bit of a headache. Overexertion. I like when you damage yourself on overexertion, to be honest, because that's dealing way more damage to you than I ever could. It's a game on PC. I bet you can use cheat engine while grinding. It's also a MMO, though. I am at all times connected to their servers. So, no, you can't, sadly. So DC Beam doesn't work against crystal types either? Crystal type seems to resist quite a lot of things. Okay, toxic spores. It's actually pretty good. Somebody's evolving. Swally is evolving. He fucking explodes. Oh, Swally evolves into that thing. Oh, but that's gonna have to evolve again. The Loweye. That's going to have to evolve again. That's not a final stage, like, evolution, right? Wait a second, there is an evil team? Because of strangers in uniforms. That sounds very much like an evil team. Swole is evolving into Swollen. Pretty much. Oh, you definitely are the evil team. Right? Don't. Huchek is up front with like 1 HP. Oh, they even have a theme. Yeah, you're definitely like the bad guys. Let's switch Huchek the fuck out. Into... Let's go with Genki, because I think Genki can damage you quite well. And let's see what Lowlight can do, now that it's evolved. I mean, it's going to poison the enemy first, so that doesn't do a set amount of damage, obviously. You're honestly taking that very well. Oh, it has poison immunity. Oh my god, that's just my luck. Let's try again. Huchek better evolve soon. Okay, so we're definitely using another DC beam on you, and then I think we're just switching you out into... I don't know. Tataru? That didn't kill. Is it going to lower my defense? Yeah, defense. It's okay. Let's DC beam you again and see if Sand Splatter... Wait a second. What does Sand Splatter do? 35, 30... I'm gonna go with Heavy Slam there, because even if Sand Splatter is super effective, unless it's quad effective, it's not that much more powerful. And I'm assuming that there is some kind of stab mechanic in this game as well. Again, overexertion, I love that mechanic. Oh, he replied about the problem? I did not see that anywhere. It's probably on the video. Okay. I won't see that until... You have another one of those... Oh, fuck. You have a lot of those dudes, don't you? What is Sand Splatter going to do? Half damage. Okay. That was a poor choice on my part. Another heavy blow might do it. I think we're going to go back and heal. Because I feel like there's going to be more difficult battles coming up. Wait. There's wild TEMTEM in here? How did I go the entire time without finding any wild TEMTEM? I mean, I'm glad I didn't, I guess. Or am I? Because extra experience, like, never hurts. Oh yeah, Huchek was about to die, now I remember. Okay, so once we heal up, let's also like rework the front of our team a little bit so that the experience is divided a little bit better. And everything is just dying to this scale. Let's go with you. Okay, so now we also have to worry about wild TEMTEM in here, apparently. How did I not run into any before? That's... What are the fucking odds? I run into 2 on my way back. Which, I guess, balances that out a little bit. I think I bit my cheek. It hurts. I'm getting a text, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I got a text I had to respond to. I might have to respond to another text in a moment. That's just kind of like life. Usually I'd wait with that until after a recording, but that might be a while. So, yeah, that's like the upside or downside, depending on your perspective of live streaming, is that it takes a long time, but because of that, you also kind of have like a little bit of dead air every now and then, a little bit maybe. Really not actually, but it's like not as big a deal because I can't cut it out. Life finds a way. So does death. Did I not use my TEM file? I think I used my TEM file already. Well, it's refilled either way now, so that's fine. Okay, my squad. Almost everybody's level 15. Except you and... I want to switch you anyway, so... Let's put you 2 up front. At least until Genki evolves, or the bird dude is level 15 as well. I don't really care about scale, to be honest. I thought it was a call. Me and my brother are looking at Sora animations. He, at the final world, collecting the 111 Soras. That part of Kingdom Hearts 3 fucking sucks ass. And I wanted to go. Don't do that. That is a very annoying and boring part of the game, which I don't want to ever replay. Sadly, I'll have to, because I'll be doing a Critical Mode run at some point. I don't know if it'll be on stream, but I'll be doing it. By the way, you are definitely getting packed. You are getting DC beamed. How does the, like, level 13... That's probably the priority on the news. I was going to say, how does the level 13 outspeed the level 15? Especially, well, it is a bird. Birds usually are rather quick. To be honest. Like, I'll give you that. The Fantastic 7 are not actually more difficult at critical mode, though. The minigames. Minigames don't get more difficult in harder modes. Luckily, be horrible if they did. Well, some of them, I guess, might have some, like, damage element to them as well. Do they? Well, there's a couple of them that actually you need to, like, deal damage against. Those, in theory, would be more difficult in critical mode because you deal less damage. So, does that. Pack you, DC beam you. The Aeronel Flan is annoying because they take a bit more damage. Yeah, There's also the one I think in the Monstropolis world. I think that also has an HP bar which you like need to deplete, right? So those in theory would be more difficult in critical mode, but not that much. At least not as much as the entirety of the game gets more difficult, I'd say. Oh, there's like more. There's more evil team dudes. I do like the theme. Oh, I'm going to annihilate you. You're getting absolutely destroyed. I'm gonna use an item. Let's use a balm, normal balm on Genki, and also a normal balm on you. That should be enough to survive for the time being. Okay, that still did a lot of damage. I wasn't looking there for a moment. Let's take out the level 16 one first. Actually, I'm going to do things slightly differently. Let's use another balm. Because I do want you to get experience from this. This is going to be pretty good experience, I think. And this should one shot. Yeah, it does. Now it just needs one Orichalcum Plus, Arendelle Slides. I fucking hate that minigame. No Monstropolis, you can run away from the giant flan while killing small flan. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Cheer Up. Lifts the spirit of the target and gives a 1 hold. What is a hold? It's probably going to be better than a stare. Yeah, it's going to be better than a stare, so let's do that. Wind bursts. Probably not a good idea actually to wind burst you. Let's. Neither would have done much damage. It's all about that DC beam anyway, dude. It does more damage on, but you never die in that minigame. Right? You probably don't die in that minigame. Not a lot anyway. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to die in that minigame, but it's not something that happens a lot. Then again, maybe in critical mode it does. I don't fucking know. I'm Vlogger Games and I'm going to beat you. Wind Burst on a Swally is normally effective. Pack on a Swally is normally effective. Cheer Up. Let's cheer you up. DC Beam you. You do seem like something that does not like a direct current applied to it. Genki wasn't affected. Then I don't know what that move does, and as such, it's useless. You don't die, but you can lose when he did it because of mandatory. He died 4 times because he kept hitting trees and walls. Well, then you do die. But there's no mandatory sliding in Arendelle, is there? I mean, there's the one thing with the dragon skeleton heartless boss fights going downhill. But that's way different. That's actually like a difficult boss fight. That's not just the minigame. Ooh, Chain Lightning. The miracle of electric manipulation bounces 3 times clockwise, dealing decreasing damage. That is a very interesting move. So you'll always want to use it on... Oh, wow. So you want to be in a certain position and then use it? It goes clockwise? So if I use it on you, then it hits you and then hits me. But if I use it on you, it only hits you, me, and then the other me, which it's super effective against. That's a very interesting move. I like it. I like it more than Spark at any rate. I wanted to use the other button. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's try that. Let's Wind Burst you, and then Chain Lightning. Go clockwise, right? So you, then myself. Which it's not very effective against any of the targets. Yeah, part of the story, during the avalanche you dodge 3 drakes, then you go into a smaller version of the slide. You die if you hit 3 walls or trees. Well, I might have like a very obvious piece of advice there, but the way to make it through that part is not hitting any walls or trees. The boss fight before is actually like difficult. I died a lot on that in my original playthrough. Like, a lot. Let's switch you out into Hoochek because I wanted to evolve. I don't know when it will, but it will at some point. Probably. Maybe. Let's hope so. I'm probably going to cut the stream a little bit short as well, because I do feel like not very well, if I'm being honest here. But I'll probably go through like this area, and then next time we might be able to like do the dojo or something. Maybe I'll do another like 1 hour stream tomorrow to make up for it. If I have the time. I can't like promise that yet. But I'm going to do my best to do that. Having like a better night's sleep. Like it'll be a weekend day, so I won't be as tired. Because I honestly just like want to sleep. I feel like I should like do a little bit of streaming, and I did like an hour. But I feel like it's a good day. It's also Valentine's Day, so most people are out anyway. So maybe it's a good idea to just like not push myself too much here. Maybe just need to chill the fuck down and just have like a slow and easy evening for myself as well. Taking care of yourself is important. Ow. I fucking kicked my desk because I was not sitting very comfortably. Then I wanted to go sit more comfortably, and then I hit myself, which hitting yourself turns out not very comfortable. I'm also cold. But that might just be a side effect of being like very tired. Yeah, I'm gonna have an early night tonight, I feel. So I don't know if there's like another room after this one or not. I'm kind of hoping not. I hope that I now just exit the... How did you end up here? And now I have to go back up to a new floor. Yeah. Okay, so we need to keep going, I guess. I kind of really don't want to, is the thing, though. We'll do the going upstairs next time. I do honestly not feel like doing that today. I feel if you're not doing that well to begin with, you probably shouldn't push yourself past feeling comfortable and like healthy. So I'm going to end it here for today. It's been a 1 hour stream. Again, maybe tomorrow, if I've got the time and or energy to do so, I'll do another 1 hour stream. Maybe tomorrow I'll have time for a 2 hour stream and you'll get like an extra hour this week or whatever. Again, I'm not streaming on a schedule, so I'm streaming when I can, how long I can, and whatever the fuck I feel like. Today that means shorter. It's in the past also meant like 3.5 hour streams, like with Remind being released. Remember that? Yeah. I don't think I really need to like convince you guys of this because I don't think any of you actually like mind. So I'll see you all with the next stream, whether that be next week or tomorrow or Sunday.